What is up, guys? It is the Turtle Girl. Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about some of the worst turtle tank mates. So some of you might be wondering why I'm making a video about what you should not do and what you should not keep with your turtle. I'm making this video because I get a surprising amount of comments that are like, can I keep XYZ with a turtle? Do you think that'll work out? And it's like an axolotl or something. So I'm here to clear up some of these questions and tell you some things you should avoid when looking for tank mates for your turtle. Now, I want to start this off by saying everybody's turtle is different. There are some species that are more inclined to chase tank mates than others. Some are just more aggressive. Some, like musk turtles, are a lot more passive when it comes to fish. It's important to remember that all turtles are different. It's just kind of down to the individual turtle and those individual situations. So there's no like clear-cut thing. And I just want to preface this video by saying that. So before we get any further, make sure you hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you can see more of my videos about turtle care, pet care, all kinds of really fun stuff that we do here on the channel. But the first rule of thumb when it comes to keeping tank mates with turtles is just in general. If you wouldn't be okay with that animal or fish being eaten if you put it in a turtle tank, then just don't put it in there, at least until you've had the opportunity to try some other things to see how the turtle would react. It's just good to have a healthy detachment to anything you're putting in a turtle tank. Rule of thumb number 2. If whatever you want to put in your fish tank does not have like matching care requirements with that of your turtle, also don't do that because you are totally doing the animal a disservice. Whatever animal you're putting in there has care needs too, and you need to be following those. So like people who ask me, can I keep an axolotl with a turtle? Last I checked, I'm pretty sure axolotls are cold water tolerant, and most turtles prefer their tanks at room temperature or sometimes even a little warmer. So for one, that's just like a major barrier to keeping those two animals together. Also, we all know this, sometimes turtle tank water can get a little bit dirty, the water quality is not always the best, and thankfully the turtles can handle that, but like sensitive species of fish, you might want to avoid those because sometimes the environment in a turtle tank can be a little more harsh. Now I say that again as a generalization, but if you have like a super sensitive fish or tank mate, it's just generally not a good idea to mix the two. Continuing again, I guess, with this example of an axolotl, because that was the one I saw that kind of inspired me to make this video. I mean, axolotls are just generally kind of delicate creatures, so to put one with a turtle, oh my gosh, I would not want to see that. I know Hoku would absolutely destroy Mochi. It wouldn't even be like a contest. Delicate animals, sensitive animals, animals that require different care requirements, don't put that with your turtle tank. Just like on a basic level, you're probably gonna run into some issues. That leaves a couple of different options for tank mates if we're not doing amphibians. You've also got, of course, most obviously, fish. There's also things like snails and shrimp. So with the fish, one thing you also want to watch out for is anything too aggressive. Now, the thing is, this has to kind of go on a case-by-case basis. Like in videos past, I've mentioned you do want more aggressive fish that can hold their own against a turtle, such as the convex cichlids that I used to keep with my turtle, or tiger barbs, or things of that nature. But depending on the type of fish, there is a point where the fish can become too aggressive for the turtle. And you can actually see an example of this with my musk turtles. Before I got them, they were kept with aggressive fish. I don't actually know what fish they were, unfortunately. If I did know, I would tell you so you could avoid that fish. But they were kept with a species of fish that were too aggressive for them, and the musk turtles, their eyeballs literally got pecked out. And they are now handicapped basically for life because of that little mistake. So you want to avoid fish that are too aggressive, particularly if you know your turtle's personality and know they're a little bit more docile, a little bit more laid back, and they tend not to fight back. Some things that come to mind would be like some cichlids, Oscars, I don't know, arowanas. I know people have done these things before, and I'm not saying it's impossible, I'm just saying evaluate your situation and make a good decision. Generally for most people, just start with like smaller things and work your way up. That's a good way to look at it. So like start with a couple guppies or a couple platies, and then maybe some tiger barbs, and then from there, if your turtle is still fine, maybe you can try something a little more aggressive. The key is kind of just starting somewhere where there's the lowest amount of risk. It's all about risk management and trying to make sure everything is healthy for both animals involved. Another thing with fish is anything with long fins, especially if you have a turtle that's going to try to chase them. Just any fish that tend to be slower moving, more calm. If they are in an environment where they are being chased constantly, maybe they won't get caught, but they'll be constantly stressed and just you won't have happy fish. And in general, you want fish that are going to be able to keep up with the pace of your turtle. Alright, now speaking of shrimp and snails, now with snails, I'm just going to tell you right now, most turtles will eat them if you're talking about like pond snails or ram's horn snails. The thing to watch out for is that if that snail is like bigger, you want it big enough so that the turtle is not going to bother it, the turtle's not going to try to eat it or anything. So I would go for like a larger mystery snail or an apple snail that the turtle couldn't eat. Also keep in mind with these snails that some of them have like trap doors when they go to hide in their shell. It's been said that it's a risk that if that trap door closed on a turtle's foot or something, it could actually drag them down and they might not be able to swim, and so that's like a potential drowning risk. So that's just something to think about. Like, do I really need to have a snail in my turtle tank? Just want to put that out there. For shrimp, just make sure you have lots of hiding places for shrimp. Know that they are likely to be eaten. I want to say that most shrimp are probably fine if turtles eat them. Now, I haven't done enough research into that to like say that for sure. So as always, do your own research. And then also keep in mind that some species of shrimp are a lot more delicate and need better water quality because they can be kind of sensitive. I know people have done like ghost shrimp and bamboo shrimp, so those are some things you can think about if you wanted to try shrimp. A note about goldfish, because I know there's some of you who keep unheated turtle tanks and might want to try goldfish. Remember that goldfish, and actually I think like all minnows, all members of the minnow family actually have thiaminase in them, which can inhibit the absorption of vitamin B. So if they are eaten in larger amounts, it's potentially dangerous for the turtle because it can cause, like I said, vitamin B inhibition. There's lots of other cool fish you can try. I actually did a video on good fish for turtle tanks if you want to check out this video over here. And just one last thing to add here is that whatever tank mates you are putting into your turtle's tank, I just want to reiterate that these animals need care too. You can't just throw fish in there and then not put fish food in there. Those animals need care too, so make sure you're providing for them, make sure you're feeding them, you're doing your water changes and everything to keep all of those animals in that ecosystem happy, not just the turtle. So those are my thoughts on some bad tank mates for turtle tanks. Do your best to avoid these. Again, like I said, individual cases always vary, but let me know your luck in the comments down below, things you would recommend and especially not recommend. I think that's always really helpful to hear your guys' experiences in the comments, so feel free to share those. Thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all next Friday. Have a totally awesome day. Bye!